everyone, it's Mrs. Williams. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to transfer. If this is your first time, transferring in art class means taking one image and putting it onto another piece of paper in a very quick and easy way. If you've ever traced something, it's a lot like tracing. However, we don't need to look for a light or pin our image to a window so that we can see through it. And so you can do it from anywhere, and anyone can do this. It's a very easy technique. We use it a lot more in painting, so in Intro to Art, I love to introduce this technique so by the time that you may be in drawing or painting class, you're really good at it. So anyway, we start with a simple image. For this one, I'm just choosing something simple today. You may use something more complicated in the future, but for now we're just going to stick with this cute little Eeyore fellow. The first thing you are going to do is print it out and cut it out to a size where it's a little bit more maintainable. You don't want to work with too big a sheet of paper, and so right now he's about the size of my hand. Okay, once you do that, you're going to need another piece of paper about roughly the same size, and this one's going to be blank on both sides, so no images required. I'm going to put that to the side. For now, we're going to work on Eeyore. To transfer, we're going to need some type of pigment or ink to go onto the new sheet, and that'll make sense in a minute. So the first thing you're going to do is flip your printed image over, and you're going to shade going back and forth with a number 2 pencil. Now, a lot of students of mine, they tend to stray away from number 2s and they only have mechanical pencils. Mechanical pencils are great, but they are harder to shade because they have really thin lead points. And so you can see there, so if I try to shade with my mechanical pencil, it often ends up really scratchy and harder to see. There we go. Versus if I go in with a normal wooden pencil, which has a lot more lead near the top here, it's a lot easier to see and it goes a lot quicker to cover over the distance. Excellent. And you're going to shade roughly until it's the size of the back of your paper here. I know it's really interesting to watch Mrs. Williams shade this entire paper, but we're going to speed it up a bit with my Eeyore 2.0, which already has the shading on the back. So you can see here I have quite a layer of pencil built up on the back here. It's all been shaded with a wooden pencil, and I know it's ready, or I know I've done enough shading on the back when I can take a relatively clean finger like my pinky here and I can smear it across the back, and you can see, wow, just look at all that graphite. That is perfect, and that's what you want to see. You want to see a nice clear fingerprint. If you lift it up and your hand still looks pretty normal like over here, it probably means that you need to shade just a little bit longer. So keep building up those layers, and it doesn't take very long. Here we go. So now we're going to take my Eeyore 2.0, which has the lovely shading on the back, and that blank paper, which doesn't have anything, that's going to come back into play. You're going to line those up, and you're going to need a piece of tape. It doesn't matter what kind of tape as long as it doesn't hurt your paper. So you may not want to use duct tape for this project, but any other tape will do. And you're just going to make sure they are taped together on just one side here. You don't have to tape it on all 4 sides, just one side. So we can see we can lift Eeyore up and put him down, but the papers can sort of wiggle together, but they're sticking together. There we go. All right, we're going to move to the side a little bit. There we are. Next, we're going to take a pen for this, and again, it doesn't matter what kind of pen as long as it is fine point or a ballpoint pen. So it really is the type that you guys carry around in your backpacks every single day. Here we are. Now we're just going to trace the outline of our character, and you want to press pretty firmly here. You should be able to see a physical indent of where your pen was. Now you don't want to break the paper, but you want to make sure to press firmly enough where you can see the pen writing across your image. Excellent. So first, before I get too excited about the face, a lot of my students love those tiny little details. We're going to get to those eventually, but for now, we're just going to worry about the outline, which means the outside of my character here. And then once I'm done with that, then I'll get to the fun parts. So here we go. We have Eeyore. Beautiful. And it's okay if you mess up a little like that. That's fine. That's normal. We can fix that later. All right. Again, we're pressing firmly. And I might want to go back and get to the bigger shapes now. maybe that one, this one, go across his face here, maybe this line coming down, and finally we can do the smaller parts. And we're pressing firmly. My hand is hurting a little bit, but it's going to be worth it in the end. There we are. Now the magic comes once you lift this up. We're going to get this closer to the camera here. We can see a light indent of where Eeyore 2.0 should be. So you can see he's still really, really light. It's not a finished product, but the nice part is, say for example, I messed up over here at the hairline. I made it just a little bit too big. I didn't follow the outline quite enough. The nice thing with this Eeyore is that I can go back with an eraser and fix that. Even though we were using a pen when we were tracing, this guy is completely made out of graphite. So all we did is we took pen and we pushed this graphite layer to this paper now. And so now we have a nice grounded drawing. And that is transferring 1.0. Thanks for watching.